In a major revelation, fresh reporting says the European Union is still buying huge quantities of Russian energy resources, despite repeated pledges to cut dependence. New data suggests Russia earned an estimated $8.4 billion from exporting liquefied natural gas to the EU, keeping Moscow's cash flow alive. According to the figures, 100% of these LNG exports to Europe were derived from Russia's main LNG terminal at Yamal, making it the key hub for shipments. More than 15 million tons of Yamal LNG were reportedly transported through Arctic routes for European buyers in 2025, showing how large the supply chain remains. The 2025 imports data was cited by the US-based Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis, and was reported by The Guardian. Ironically, the share of EU LNG imports coming from Russia reportedly increased in 2025 to 76.1%, up from 75.24% in 2024, according to The Guardian. IEFA says France was the largest importer of Russian LNG from Yamal, accounting for roughly 41% of the total volumes purchased in Europe. NATO member Belgium followed close behind, acquiring about 4.2 million tons of Russian LNG in 2025 alone, keeping its terminals deeply involved. Belgium, the second highest LNG importer in this dataset, had previously pledged to ban gas imports from Russia, making the numbers politically explosive. Data cited via KPLR and IEFA lists France at 41% of these imports, placing it at the top of the European buyers. Belgium is listed at 28%, followed by Spain at 20%, highlighting how concentrated demand is among a few states. The Netherlands accounts for 9%, while Portugal is listed at 2%, rounding out the reported breakdown of major buyers. In light of this new imports data, critics are accusing the EU of indirectly funding Russia's war, because energy payments free up resources for Moscow's broader budget. This revelation also comes just weeks after the EU agreed in December 2025 to phase out Russian gas imports by 2027, presenting a clear contradiction in timing. Reports say EU nations would begin a prohibition starting in 2027, with a full ban on Russian gas imports expected from January 2028. However, some EU nations, most notably Hungary and Slovakia, have opposed the bloc's plan to ban Russian gas, arguing it threatens their energy security and economies. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has reportedly greenlit a bill aimed at hitting Russia through its trading partners, widening the scope beyond Moscow itself. US Senator Lindsey Graham said on January 7 that Trump approved moving forward with the legislation, signaling political momentum behind tougher measures. If passed, the law would allow sweeping secondary sanctions on countries that buy Russian oil and gas, potentially putting even European partners at risk if purchases continue.